A very good morning to all. Sorry for rushing through. I have a legislative meeting at 11 and by 10:30 I have to be out. And I'm here since 9:15, 20, thinking that it'll start on time. First of all, let me welcome all the educationists who have come from across the country to Bengaluru. A very warm welcome to Karnataka for all of you. And keep coming. I also take this opportunity to thank Elets and all the other organizers who have supported an event like this. And Elets functioning I've been seeing for ages now, in whichever sector I am, whether it's health or it's some other social sector or industry, wherever, I mean they're all everywhere. So, and they're everywhere with the footprints of excellence. So I wish them a great success in any and every venture that they take up in the days to come. And I'm sure this particular event also is going to be a very landmark event because we're bringing in brains from all over the country, and Indian brains are pretty good. I'm sure all of us stand a testimony for that. Today we have this important topic of leadership summit, and I would like to share that yesterday we had an event of conducting the youth parliament of our high school children. So from 6th to 10th, students participated. So the chairman of the Legislative Council came and the law minister came. And the way my children talked and debated, I'm sure they beat any other legislator. I mean, it's amazing. So that just sparks, the thought that what a great potential our kids have, and all they need is a small facilitation, a very small facilitation. And that's where, whether it is government sector or private sector, I would say educationists, I would not like to distinguish between the two sectors. I would say all educationists have this bounden duty to perform. Coming to education sector leadership role, this program I mentioned has been on for 17 years. So I wanted to do an evaluation as to how many of the participants in Youth Parliament 17 years ago and onwards have actually ended up as leaders. So I'll come and release that through you. I'm sure this particular event would have made a lot of difference to their choice of career and their whichever future plan that they would have thought of, because the kind of confidence they got in themselves, ultimately that was the ultimate outcome. So the confidence that they got of this activity makes them take bigger leaps and have bigger dreams, and I'm sure they'll realize it too. Just to have a quick recapitulation of what Karnataka is doing, I would run through this PPT if somebody can keep pushing it. We have some innovative things coming up, and I like to share because people from all over the country are here. The new education policy of the state is coming up very soon, and we want it to be a great departure from what has been traditionally going on for ages now. Not that everything that has been going on is wrong. Certainly, with the kind of present educational system, the educated Indians have done probably the best across the world. There's no doubt about it. I need not name the CEOs and all the other leaders across the world who are doing very good for themselves and for their country. Certainly, there are good features in the system. However, as we evolve, we need to see what we need to change for the better. And as a mother, I would say, and I'm sure all of you would have that same experience, the question is the child enjoying it? The very simple outcome, learning outcome, I will not go into those very strict outcomes. Is the child enjoying the learning? If the child enjoys the learning part of it, the learning is successful. And the learning is sustainable. It will be with the child all through his or her life. are we as educationists ensuring that learning is a joyful experience? Same corollary, are the teachers enjoying it? So the art of teaching, is it again a burdensome kind of thing? At the end of the day, the teacher is like, I can't have it anymore, that kind of thing. Or she or he had good fun and is again filled with enthusiasm next day to again interact with children and come out with their best activity-based kind of a learning. Third is joy of parenting. Are the parents enjoying the education of the teachers, or again they are taking, oh, today's homework she's not completed, oh, exams she's not done well, or he's not done well enough. So entire happiness index of education is as important as the scholastic index is. For that, what is it that we can do? Government of Karnataka with all its team of stakeholders have come out with some important path-breaking kind of things which will unfold in the days to come. However, we'll be putting up the draft in the website, and I request all of you to interact on our website and give your valuable suggestions, because ultimately, we learn from everyone else, and that's the best move forward. Can you move on, please? Just on the learning outcomes, a couple of innovations that we've done is, for the first time in the country, about 35 lakh children in the primary sector, 3rd standard, 5th standard, we made them go through the objective type test, which I in the IAS would have gone through, right? So it's not memory test, it's the concept clarity test. Does the child understand? Yeah, whatever, it's maths, it's science, it's everything. The second we've done is for the parents, learning outcomes. Do they understand what the child is supposed to learn? So we encourage the parents to check out with the child. Even the most illiterate parent can check out whether my child is progressing or not. And for every child's achievement levels and trends of growth are being mapped. I have about 1 crore 10 lakh children who are being mapped through a student achievement software, which will give an indication whether the child is moving on smoothly, or anybody having a little kink sends an alert. So we focus, as the management gurus say, on that 80-20 thing. Let's focus on where the problem is, and then bring that 20% up onto the 80%, and then we are all 100%, right? Then we have learning outcomes for teachers. I keep telling my teachers, the results that your subject or your school shows is not the child's result. It is your result, my result. If we've taught them well, I'm sure they'll perform well, isn't it? So with that kind of a responsibility, we encourage the teachers also to have their learning outcomes verified. Next, please. We have a technology-assisted learning program. Well, we're talking about digital learning, no escape. All of us have to be keeping pace with it. I am very happy to say that while in the previous endeavor, we have Azim Premji Foundation hand-holding us. In this endeavor, we have IIM Bangalore helping us out, where we are having, a very interactive mode. So there's a change in pedagogy. We are encouraging children to ask questions and not say yes, 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 or say A for apple only. A can be for anything else as well. So the tremendous effort has gone into it. Teachers have gone into a reorientation. Children are enjoying it, and the technology touch itself, creates a lot of excitement among the children, particularly in rural areas who do not have access otherwise to these kind of digital means of learning. Next, please. The DSERT, our Education Training Center, we've got about 500 videos which have been created on the syllabus of each subject, and that is put on the website, again, our Department of Education website, on the YouTube channel. The reason we've done it is, even on your smartphone you can upload it. It's free of cost. People in government sector, private sector, anybody, parents can upload it, teachers can upload it. The departure in that video, learning video, is that it is interactive. It's not one-way kind of thing, that the teacher tells and you listen as a student. No. It's the students telling and the teacher is only moderating and bringing out the best. So for one definition of one word, you have as many definitions as are the number of children. That's the kind of learning we are encouraging in the days to come. Teacher education, we made it again very innovative and very flexible. We made it voluntary. Though the training policy says that all the teachers have to go through training through in a period of 5 years or something like that, always reorientation, all that. But we've asked the teacher to select from I think the different modules, hundreds of modules, where from one subject alone, he or she can pick up one particular topic in which he or she wants orientation. And it's so flexible, it can be e-learning mode, it can be one-to-one learning. But the first opportunity we've given is, you choose which area you feel you're not very confident about. And then we have our resource persons, again in a very decentralized manner, right next door. The resource centers that we have in the block level and the cluster level, they are the ones who interact, they are the ones who train them, and then at the end of the day, they feel very confident, and we've called this program as Guru Chetana. You'll be happy to know that in a span of 2 months, we've trained 50,000 teachers. 50,000 teachers. And as it moves on, it's an e-learning mode. So it doesn't end there, and it goes on. And then at the end of, next one. At the end of that, we have a pre-test, post-test, so it's not just training, come, have a break and go. No, it's a very business-like. We encourage them to make an action plan. How are they going to use this? And finally evaluate themselves, was the child learning better before my training and or after the training? And that itself is an incentive to continue with your better learning or teaching techniques. Next one. As far as teacher education otherwise is concerned, we found that English language was one of the weak area, because as you know, in the state of Karnataka, we've been insisting on Kannada as a compulsory thing, and we start English teaching only at fifth or sixth standard. Yeah. Now the system that we started was, instead of my engaging new teachers for English, we encouraged our existing teachers to graduate into English teachers. Kannada medium educated teachers to graduate into English teachers. And only one word will explain. I went to their training class like this, and I said, how is it? Ma'am, it's cool. This is Kannada medium, a 45-year-old person said, ma'am, it's cool. Oh, wow. And there, I find that, that excitement in them that, look, my children feel happy when I'm able to teach them in English. And this is the handicap I felt all along. So thanks to the department or government to have given me the opportunity. The idea is that it's not just the child which is evolving, it's the teacher who is evolving, and as the teacher evolves, rest follows, isn't it? So we are actually building those leaders within our teachers, who in turn have to build leaders among the students. Vishwas Kirana is a program where it's a kind of a remedial class. Now, earlier it used to be like you'll separate those people. Oh, these are below 40% children. So come for a remedial class, coaching and all that. Now we are going to go for something called peer-to-peer learning. So the teacher sits there, the good learner or the fast learner, so to say, sits with the others, and they all come together, and it's the peer-to-peer learning which really works wonders, apart from the teacher's inputs. Next, please. We have a lot of NGO collaborations, and Government of India Education Department has been really encouraging this. I will leave the presentation. It's only to say that we are open to collaborations. So any one of you who has some great best practice to share with, kindly share. Next to me, the maths wizard, I find him author of dozen books. I would like to just, for your information and others, I have a teacher who is teaching English SSLC syllabus in 3 hours. Before the teaching starts, I evaluate the children, they score 30% in English, 10th standard. After 3 hours, the same children score 70 plus.
That's very good.
That's the way teachers' magic can really work. So I implore all of you to help us come out with those techniques where, the learning can become one easy. Let's let that difficulty part go. It's a big barrier to learning. The difficulty part should go, the excitement should come in, innovation should be there, that victory, sense of I can do it, and the teacher should be confident about that. So I'm sure this can be done. If you want, the secret of that teaching is very simple. See, people who are used to Kannada medium or any mother language, mother tongue for that matter, are not able to understand a foreign language. Tomorrow you want to learn German also, it's difficult. So what she did was, she explained the English poem or prose in Kannada and highlighted the difficult words. Something like a daffodil. Now daffodil you don't hear every day. Yes, me, yes, no, I, me, you, everybody hears, but daffodil is something. So she would highlight those critical words and then show it with a visual. So daffodil and a flower. That, as a psychologist, I would say that association, visual association, it works wonders. Based on these experiences, what we've done is our textbook is transforming, making it more colorful, making it more pictorial, more visual. Yeah? And we're coming out with workbooks. So self-practicing sessions. Why should keep giving them tests and then keep evaluating and increase teachers' burden? So the children have their workbooks, they evaluate themselves, they rank their trends and progress, and then ask for help if any. And all this is put into the digital software that we've provided for the working on this. I would only just say that at the end of it, we have created another platform again on our website where we link the alumni, we link the CSR companies, and we put one PMU for this. I find that many students of government schools have really reached heights. I myself, I am a product of a government school, and I'm proud to say that. They are unable to connect back to their school. So we are connecting them through this website. What was your school? Who's your teacher? What's the present status? And what's lacking? Yes, government does lack in resources for infrastructure, because I run 56,000 schools and crores. I've already told you the numbers of the students, and they're increasing every day. The pressures are more, the budget constraints are there. Apart from that, even if government, I would say, even if government was to provide all the money that was needed, that ownership of a community is very, very important. Therefore, be it alumni, be it any community leader or anybody who's willing to repay the debt to the society, whether in a school he or she has read or not, education as a whole, I'm sure all of us are indebted to repay. And with these words, I really thank all of you to be here, and I seek your association in the days to come. My contacts will be left with the organizers. I'll be very happy. Unfortunately, for shortage of time, I'm not able to stay back, but I would have been very happy to hear from all of you, from the great things that are being done, and how best we can adopt them or adapt to them in our government system, ultimately for a common goal of having a great learning and a lifelong learning educative experience for the days to come. Thank you so much.